Let us begin!
God, you're so anxious to do... Oh yeah, look, you have all the damage health from when I let us into the temple. Remember that?
Thanks, bro.
It's a good time.
Appreciate it.
It's fine. You'll have plenty of fun in this room. You'll probably have more fun than I did because, like, you remember it.
Yep, I do.
Just... Here's the thing about this temple, right?
Uh-huh.
The difficulty curve is like a steep ramp. Like, I feel like this room is the hardest thing in the temple. And then, like, from here, like, once you get past the first, like, half dozen rooms, like, everything else is, like, extremely straightforward.
Well, once you get the oops.
That's exactly what you want. This is perfectly, yes, all according to plan.
No, Link, use your ups.
He didn't.
Oh.
Welcome to my world, home of touching your face.
Oh, it happened. Yeah, I mean, once you get the Beyblade, the difficulty curve definitely drops off.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the Beyblade is like 70% of the way through the Beyblade Temple.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, welcome to Beyblade Temple.
Hope everyone is excited. Sing the song.
God, how does it start? I presume you want me to sing the entire thing. I can look it up online.
No, I
Do you
just
want me
meant
to...
you should, like...
Beyblade!
Yeah, there it is.
But, I mean, it is a whole theme song written by that band who does the butt rock that we mentioned during the Water Temple.
Butt rock?
We had this conversation already.
I don't listen to anything you say.
I know, but that's your fault and not mine. Also, your lantern is still on.
What if I like the shiniest?
Butt is on fire.
Oops. It's going well.
Why is it that, like, the first room of every temple you play like Vasco and then you remember what's happening? Like, what is that about? What's going on?
Well, because it's like the beginning of me playing, and it's like...
Yeah, but, like, when we're in the overworld, you don't play like Vasco, ever.
Well,
you always just, like, silently judge me. That's what's normally going on.
Temples are challenging, you know, to, like, get the hang of.
At one point, I, like, looked up the band who made the original Beyblade music. And, like, they had, like, actual songs. And I was like, how do you have, like, real songs? You did the music for Beyblade.
It's amazing.
It's so good. I love that shit. It's actually funny because, our editor, Cotillion, recently sent me the Residents of Fate soundtrack after all these years. I now have.
Oops. Got so much oil. It'll last for 8 nights.
Oh yeah, happy Hanukkah, by the way, that's happening. They will have been completed by the time this goes up, obviously.
Yep.
Obviously. But I was listening to that, and there is actually, like, some similarity to some of, like, the dungeon music in Resonance of Fate to the way the Beyblade music sounds.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it the same band?
No, not remotely, no. Okay. I mean, like, a ton of the Resonance of Fate stuff is, like, fully, like, orchestrated and shit, which is ridiculous. But, like, yeah. Here, I'll find you, I have the iPad, and I don't have a particular thing to look up. I was gonna look up Beyblade trivia, but all I can find are quizzes, and I don't feel like boring you to the same degree you did with those dumb, terrible desert facts. See, being a wolf is way better for this room.
Just don't.
How do the skeletons shriek? They have no tongues.
Or voice boxes, for that matter.
I feel like that's like a Harlan Ellis book.
Who now?
He wrote like a weird sci-fi book called I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream.
Ugh.
And there's an adventure video game based on it.
Oh my god.
It's like one of the weirdest things that exists.
Sounds really unpleasant.
It's fairly unpleasant. There's a whole part of a video game about someone dealing with like a past traumatic like sexual assault encounter. It's like,
ooh.
What? Who did this?
So, for those of you that watched Vasco's run, first of all, why?
Yeah, why? What are you doing?
Second of all...
We post it only because we're required to by law.
I figured out where the map is. It's gonna be stupid. Are you ready for it?
Oh, is it like that one corner that I didn't go to?
Yeah, it's a chest right in the corner over there.
That's annoying and stupid. You were right, that is stupid.
Yep.
Beyblade music band name.
Oh!
Ah! Look at their face. They're like dollar store Dementors. Which, incidentally, is the name of my Beyblade tribute band.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I got his shit.
You got a postal.
Gotta pay the troll toll if you want to get into this boy's hole. Yep.
So I'm trying to find an entry on this Google search that will tell me the name.
The band?
Yeah, somehow all of the results are like actual like Beyblade facts about characters and things, and I'm like, I literally searched Beyblade music band name. None of those is like a character thing.
Hey, we wanted to have facts during our episodes. It would be the perfect thing to have facts about.
Do you really want?
Give me some Beyblade facts.
Okay, great. Let's go to first anime series Beyblade wiki Wikia.
Oh, perfect. Look what I found.
This might actually have the band name somewhere on it.
It's just like hanging out right here.
Oh, so one side is that and the other side is the map?
Yep.
Sorry, I was doing this very important Google search.
Why are you talking to me? I don't understand. Why? I don't. Oh, she was like yelling at me all of a sudden.
She was. What did she actually say?
She was just like, "You gotta find the ghosts."
Yeah. What? I don't think she did that during that. Let's see.
Why I was.
I mean,
confused.
so like the first thing on here is like a list of all the teams. Do you want to? I'll list all the teams that appear in the first series of Beyblade. You can tell me if you want to learn more about any one of them in particular.
All right, cool.
First is the Blade Breakers. That's the main characters. That's made up of Tyson, Kai, Max, and Ray. Kai being of the... I'm pretty sure I've discussed with you, I don't know if you remember. But there's what I consider to be an anime archetype of the Kai character, who's like way more skilled and badass than everyone else, but extremely antisocial, and that's sort of his like character flaw. We have the White Tigers. That's Ray's old team from before he joined the Blade Breakers. There's the All-Stars, which is run by Max of the Blade Breakers' mom, and it's the American team, and everyone is sports-themed.
Oh, they sound interesting.
Yeah, right? They actually have some, like, interesting story arc where, like, they steal some, like, ancient rock, and they're trying to, like, study, like, beasts that people haven't, like, seen before, and someone steals them and uses them for evil. Forget exactly what happened there, but it ended really badly for them.
Usually does.
There's the Dark Bladers, who are, like, the dumbest.
Ooh, they sound interesting.
The Dark Bladers are all themed after, like, Universal, like, movie monsters. And, like, there's just this, like, weird, like, brief story arc where, like, they're traveling from somewhere in Europe to, like, Eastern Europe. And, like, all of a sudden a train is, like, overrun by zombies, and then, like, nothing like that ever happens again. It's like,
course.
what? There's the Majestics, which are the European team. They're all these, like, aristocratic, like, rich people who, like, none of them have ever, like, seen each other before. But, like, somehow they all decide to form a Beyblade team just to, like, beat the Blade Breakers because they don't like their faces or something.
Of course.
There's the Demolition Boys. I think that's the Russian team. Yeah, they're like the final boss of the original series.
Do they have an accent?
I mean, in the American dub, I think maybe their, like, coach does. I'm, like, literally not watching what you're doing. Are you having fun playing the game?
Yeah, I'm succeeding at, you know, winning all the things.
Ah,
Fucking
System
rat
B!
just got me.
System B is the name of the band.
Alright then. Stupid rats.
Or wait, is that the Japanese band? Wait a minute.
What?
So, it lists a bunch of English songs here. But it looks like they're all done by different groups, but that's not possible because they all not only sound very similar, but, like, have, like, the same singer in them.
Interesting.
I don't know what that's about.
I found you. Fight me. Nom 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 nom.
Let's move on to Beyblade V-Force. That was the second iteration of Beyblade.
How does give me the backstory? Give me the log line for Beyblade, because I don't. I mean, the only Beyblade I've ever watched is that one movie.
I did make you watch that one movie.
Yeah.
Which is like one of the worst Beyblade things I've seen.
Perfect.
I mean, basically the premise of Beyblade is just like it's similar to like Yu-Gi-Oh! In that it's just sort of like, imagine a world in which everyone plays these, like, hardcore top battles, and, like, that's the most interesting game in the world. And then, like, from there, it's just sort of like the first series follows, like, this, like, up-and-coming, like, kid in Japan who's, like, pretty good, and then there's, like, a regional tournament, and, like, everyone sort of, like, plays against each other to see who wins the tournament, and then, like, afterwards, I forget his name, but there's some dude who's, like, head of the Beyblade Federation!
Okay.
And he just, like, comes out, and he's like, hey, it was cool that you guys all fought, and we figured out that Tyson is the best at Beyblade. But now I've decided that Beyblade is a team sport. So you guys are a team now.
Okay.
And so from there, it's sort of like a world tour thing where they go to, like, tournaments in different places and, like, play, like, cultural stereotype teams and, you know. It's like textbook competition anime.
Uh-huh.
Did you manage to get skewered by 2 sets of spikes? That's actually kind of difficult to do.
I did, but I also found a shortcut.
By getting skewered by 2 sets of spikes. Okay, here we go. So for V-Force, this page actually has a plot summary on it that serves as, well, a really long-ass logline. But we'll go with the first paragraph.
Alright.
See what happens. At the start of the season, the Blade Breakers had split up.
Oh no.
Each encountered a mysterious hooded blader who defeated them, except for Kai, who had a draw with his opponent, because he's way better than everyone else,
right.
and only loses to Tyson on the fluke that Tyson is the protagonist. They later discover that these bladers, Ozuma, Dunga, Joseph, and Miriam...
Wait, Joseph and Mary,
Yes.
Alright.
So it's Christmas-themed and everything.
Alright.
A group called the Saint Shields, seeking to seal away the Blade Breakers' bit beasts, saying that they are sacred spirits whose power must not get into the wrong hands. I think I've talked about this also. All the, you know, every Beyblade has every good Beyblade has a bit beast, which is basically like a mascot, more or less.
Uh-huh.
And like the main characters are all based on like these Chinese like mythological deities. So they're like turtle, phoenix, tiger, and dragon. Which there's some myth I don't know much about, but like their whole thing is based on that.
Interesting.
They're also all based on elements, but like not traditional like Western elements. Like the tiger represents gold.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so V-Force is the one that had the psychics. Wait, were the psychics the cheaters?
Look, I found the compass. I feel like psychics would naturally, like, inherently be cheaters.
Well, it's spelled, kick like kicking something.
Oh my god.
It's like the worst. Yeah, they were the cheater team. So what I mean by the cheater team is, like, you know that quote that I always use that I've, like, never actually explained during an episode, I don't think? There's a whole, like, Beyblade story arc where, like, people basically create, like, budget versions of the main character's bit beasts and, like, try to beat them with them. But, like, they invite them to this, like, science lab and, like, have a bunch of machines set up so that they can cheat at Beyblading. And there's literally one part where, like, two of the competitors are, like, really closely matched, and, like, in the dub, like, one of the characters says something like, "Oh my god, they're too evenly matched!" And then the other one says, like, yes, that's why we cheat." And then, like, another, like, 2 minutes passes, and then, like, the first guy says, like, "Oh no, I think she's gonna lose!" And then he's like, I think it's time for that cheating I mentioned earlier.
Oh, that's what that's from.
Yeah. So then he just, like, presses a button and, like, these giant fans activate and, like, fuck up the whole game. And it's like, what? Like, no one's going to accept that result. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what you thought would happen here, friend.
Nope. What is it? How do I do it?
Yeah, have Bo equipped to that. Or you could just use fishing rod with, like, bug larva on it. I don't know why you're always taking the hard route. You should try slingshotting these guys. Are you sick of the sand yet? Would you say that these, like, shambling, mummified corpses are, like, 1,000 years too late to be your opponent?
I would say exactly that.
Because they died, like, 1,000 years ago?
I I've been playing a new game that I bought on the holiday Steam sale.
Is it one of those, like, Beyblade games?
It is not.
Okay.
It's called Elite Dangerous.
I've heard of Elite Dangerous.
It's a space sim. Yes, because I wanted to attack the pot. That was what I wanted.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's very brutal.
Brutal in what sense? Like the difficulty curve?
Yeah, in that, like, basically you start out with no money in the shittiest ship possible, and then you're thrown into, like, a Morpaga. It's like, with no training or
pants.
Or anything.
No training or pants.
No way to level, no way to gain money. And so you just have to, like, try not to die for a while. And if you die, there's no, like, saving. You can, like, insure your ship, so that when you die, that you, like, pay money to somebody and they give you a new ship with the same loadout. But you start with no money, so you basically start back from zero and you lose all your money if you die.
So is it sort of roguelike then, in that respect? That you sort of just start your space journey over every time, but I guess you keep the same ship.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
like,
it's
not fully?
Yeah, I mean, the idea is, like, don't die.
Well, right. But I mean, like, that is, like, the idea of most roguelikes, really. That's like, the primary thing. It's like, you just go until you die, so the goal is not die.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically the deal. So, it's really pretty. It's got some... It's huge. It has 400 million star systems you can visit. You basically go anywhere in the
Have you 100%ed it yet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no problem. It's cool. It's crazy and really hard, but cool. So if you play it, let me know. We'll play together or something. I think that's the thing.
What is it on? Is it Steam?
I'm playing on Steam, yeah. On PC.
You know I don't like...
It's actually on Mac.
I'm
playing it on my Mac partition, rather than having to switch to Windows. It's really nice, actually.
Yeah. You know I don't, like, play anything on the computer, right?
Yeah. Alright, so we do this, and then we push this guy. Kill that fucking guy, because he's an asshole.
Pushing bro! So you're pushing, bro.
Do I want to push it all the way? No, I think
Yeah, I think you actually do. Yeah.
There's a thing in here. I think it's just money.
It's probably money. Wait, I think both of the ones in this room are money.
Yeah, alright. This is the money room.
This is that one that went real stupid. And by that one, I mean one of the several many rooms that went stupid when I played. Have you used so many bombs? Why you bombs, bro?
Because they're really effective.
Where is that chain coming from? There's like
it's
some...
like kind of attached
Yeah, it's
to the
like
wall.
vaguely attached to the wall. Like the links are like appearing in a weird fashion. Why are they not fucking with you?
I don't know. I was all ready for them to, and they haven't done it yet.
Man, I hate this game. Not for the same reasons that I hated Majora's Mask. We've already sort of started talking about that.
Yeah.
Like, this game just seems to hate me, first of all.
It does.
And, like, secondly, I do feel... I was just watching back the episode where we had the discussion about the controls, and I was saying, like, this game is like Twilight Princess, the bad controls Zelda.
Right.
And you were like, well, you hated the controls in the last one. And, like, the sort of difference is, like, the... I was trying to think of a better way to articulate it. In like, Majora's Mask, the problem was just sort of like, the N64 definitely feels old now.
Right.
But, like, the problem with Majora's Mask is that the difficulty curve was high, and the controls for just the system in general were relatively unresponsive.
Right.
In this game, while there's a similar thing with the motion controls being unresponsive, the main issue is just that they, like, really poorly laid everything out.
Yeah.
Like, the menus don't, like, work together, and they're not super intuitive, and there's too many of them. And, like, there are things that they easily could have fixed, whereas the problem with Majora's Mask is sort of, like an element of the times.
Yeah. Alright, well, I guess we'll have to figure out what to do in this room in the next episode.
It's gonna be fun! You had fun! I had fun here! Touch your face.
Ah!
Welcome back to Vasco's world. For some reason, Vasco is playing as... The part of TekAzurik is being played by VascoDaGamer. And it's really just me talking to myself on a couch, which, spoiler alert, is actually the whole Renegade Constabulary.
Yep.
Tech is a myth perpetrated by the liberal media.
What do you think's in here? How much you want to bet?
like, no, 5 bombs.
Oh, you're
Ah,
so good at
10 bombs!